Diligence, fortitude, dedication, productivity. These are the terms researchers have determined we most wish were associated with collaboration.
Procrastination, miserableness, infuriation, frustrationing that forces the invention of wholly new nonsense words. Now, these are the words that we know are actually associated with collaboration.
Collaboration is the coal shoveled into the steam engine brain of the future technology's locomotive barreling down the tracks towards, let's say, Utah. According to
I think it's a what? Argo?
Urge? Stan Jones.
Stan Jones. According to the Finnish man Stan Jones in his book From Team to Knots, our ideas of collaboration and teamwork are actually far more mercurial than one might believe.
I'm just going to read this to you here. Teams are best understood in their specific activity context and embedded in historical development of work. Today's static teams are increasingly replaced by forms of fluid knotworking around runaway objects that require and generate new forms of expansive learning and distributed agency. Now, precisely what he means by this is difficult to discern because the book he wrote is literally hundreds of pages long. And only this paragraph was available for free on Google Books.
But we have some very good news for you because all you need to know is right there in the byline. Ergo wrote the book himself, a book about collaboration. Who here wants to trust a guy to tell you about collaboration when he doesn't even collaborate on his own book about collaboration?
Well, we collaborate.
We collaborate.
For 15 years.
While living on different coasts in different cities and different time zones because we have families.
We have kids.
I sometimes have a day job.
And I have two incredibly time-consuming fantasy football teams. Now, because of that, time management and efficiency have become hallmarks of our collaborative work together, which means we spend less than 14% of it making fun of our parents, James and Meredith Levinson.
Yeah. Now, we are brothers. We don't expect you to be able to collaborate the way we do. We've had a lifetime honing our collaboration and noogieing skills.
But we do believe that these sort of 10 rules we've distilled out of our own experience will be helpful to you whether you have siblings you work with or teams or anybody, just to help bring your collaboration to the next level. So let's get started here on the Levinson method of collaboration. Rule number 1, divide and conquer.
Okay, we'll take it.
You don't have to be the expert on everything. You have to learn to trust each other and navigate each other's strengths and weaknesses.
Joel here is an amazing director. He's a great producer. He's a great public speaker. I could go on. That's, you were going to say what I was good at here.
I'm kind of drawing a blank here. We believe in this principle so much. This is how we wrote our TED Talk. So he took the first part and I took the second part. Dude, are you kidding me?
Oh, not
all
a good
right,
time for
everybody.
this.
You just saved about 5 TED minutes. Okay, we don't have this. Might as well skip through. Don't have that.
You said you were going to do that.
Probably good. There was something here that looks very smart. I guess this one
That was it. That was a really important point.
I feel like, well, we might as well roll on to rule number 6.
Rule number 6.
All right, for this one, we're going to play a game. So it's called tic-tac-toe. Stephen here is a grandmaster tic-tac-toe player, but I believe that with the combined brain power of this room, I mean, I'm sure among us we have some PhDs, some authors, some scientists, researchers, maybe Nobel Prize winners. We can beat him with the power of collaboration. So what I'd like you to do is confer among yourselves and let me know your first move. I'll give you 3 seconds. Okay, I heard some center. I heard a little bit of upper left. So we'll do maybe a half circle here. Okay.
I'm gonna go.
Okay, that's not working so great so far, but you know what? Let's turn to some crowdsourcing technology to do this. So everybody, go ahead and tweet us your move suggestions. Just remember, when you do, to tag them with the tic-tac-toe symbol.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
We are getting
There's
literally
like
millions of
That's great.
These do not even appear to be valid tic-tac-toe moves. I'll read one here that... Bieber, Bieber, I love you. Tic-tac-toe symbol. Biebs forever. Okay, so we'll do that. Here we go. I guess, Biebs?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to go here for the win.
All right.
And that brings us to rule number 6. Collaborate, but have a Viewmaster.
Now, we don't mean click, click, Viewmaster. We mean a person to keep the vision. When we all collaborate, we found that when everybody has an equal vote, what you end up with is a mush. Really, you need somebody to be the vision keeper to take that central through line from the initial creative spark and carry it to the final product.
So you stay true to the original inspiration.
Right. Rule number 7, make technology work for you.
Now, there's millions of technology apps. You use them for collaboration. New ones come every day. And when you download them and you learn them, it feels like you're accomplishing something. But most often than not, it's a huge time suck.
Totally. So,
let's be honest.
no. We've found that really the simplest technological answer is generally the right one. So, email, phone, when those can accomplish it, if you do have to learn a new technology, you really need to set yourself some time limits and stick to those so that you don't go down the rabbit hole of wasting too much time learning a technology. Which, when we're speaking of time, brings us to number 8, procrastination. We'll get back to you on this one. Pop quiz. Was it Wilbur or Orville who invented the correct angle of wing warping on the right flyer? Don't answer.
Was it Ben or Jerry who put the chunky inside the monkey?
The answer is no one cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Who cares? And if you work in an office environment, your boss is just going to claim all your best ideas anyway. It's true.
The way we like to look at it is this: 99% of all creative ideas and ventures are destined for an abject, miserable, fiery death of a failure, right? So why hamper them even more by sticking to bad ideas just because of ego? You need to learn to sacrifice a little bit of yourself in order to make a collaborative whole work. Rule number 10.
Know if collaborating works for you.
We've collaborated often with each other and with others. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But it's always worth an experiment. And for you personally, you have to test it out to see if you can succeed in a collaborative environment.
Now, we're going to play a song from our recent collaborative album, and we think this is the most collaborative thing we've ever done.
So this song, it's a silly song about how awesome Canada is, and it was recorded different places, different times, by different people. Every single part of it was recorded at a different place and a different time by 12, maybe 13, a dozen or more recording artists, musicians, comedians. From Toronto in Sunshine Studios to Alex Trebek's living room in Bel Air.
And Joel's garage.
If there's any aliens up there listening, we just want to make it clear. These Americans don't speak for all of us down here.
They're only 1/20th of all Homo sapiens, and they're about 1/20th as awesome as Canadians.
If it was up to the rest of the world, we'd bid them adieu.
Americans, we don't think that you're stupid. Well, actually, we kinda do.
We're better people, we make better friends. Canada! You'll never find a warmer, colder people than Canada.
Now, When Quincy Jones recorded his collaborative masterpiece, We Are the World, he had to coordinate the schedule of literally dozens of rock stars, people who are so notoriously difficult to coordinate, it probably would have been simpler if he had just gone out and solved world hunger himself. But because of the technologies available to us in this world, things like that are possible, and the only barrier to collaboration is a willingness to collaborate.
We don't collaborate because it's faster or more efficient. We do it because the ideas that in the end we're most proud of have always come from our collaboration.
Katie Lang does not have to sing a song sung by us two schmucks. She can write and record anything on her own, and it will come out beautifully, we know that. But the fact that she's willing to let her Grammy-winning voice lend it to a song as silly as that, and then relinquish control of the recordings, I think is telling. There is a value that even the most capable individuals find in the process of collaboration. There's something magical and special, and some of the other speakers have alluded to it today, about those precious few moments when we as individuals are willing to sublimate our own egos.
And I would even
And
go
Stephen,
so far
this
as
is Joel time. Sublimate.
Jeez.
Sublimate our own egos in the pursuit of creating something that is part of a bigger collaborative whole. Thank you.
Thanks.